What's up guys, Eric Verus Engineering, and today we're doing another install on Clay's GR Corolla. We are fixing another one of his issues that he complained about when he first got this car. One of the issues was the throttle pedal spacer in relation to that brake pedal, and then the other issue was the brake pedal feel itself. It just feels vague, not great. So we developed a Brake Master cylinder brace. Let's see if we can focus on that. We have a BMC brace, it's kind of cool. Kind of all pocketed out, pretty light. These are made out of 6061 right here at Verus Engineering in Indianapolis, Indiana. And then they are also laser engraved in-house right after they are bright dipped anodized locally. We're gonna go over what's included in the kit real quick. Then we're gonna go over the tools required for the install, and then we're gonna do the install itself. Overall, the install is probably gonna take 1 to 2 hours, pretty moderate, easy overall. Nothing too crazy, and we'll knock this out really quickly here. Let's get to it. All right, as far as what's included in the kit, we have the BMC brace itself. That is 6061 T6 aluminum. We have what we call the BMC foot, BMC brace foot. That is 6061 as well. And then we have the adjuster with a lock nut, and that adjuster is stainless steel. We also include 3 M8 by 20 millimeter long socket head cap screws, which will bolt this to the chassis and ensure some quite rigid brake pedal feel moving forward. All right, so first things first, we're gonna get this air box out of the way. Ultimately, the Brake Master cylinder is down there, so we kind of have to get this out of the way. We have to get the ECU out of the way, and then we can actually reach the location that we're trying to work with. So ultimately, we're just gonna do that. Looks like a 10 millimeter here. We got some connectors that I'm just gonna yank off real quick. And the worst part of this install is all the connectors, honestly, so. Just gonna keep knocking this out. All right, now that we have the air box out of the way, we're gonna get this ECU out of the way. So first off, we're gonna do these connectors, then we're gonna work on all these connectors that are holding it to this bracket, and then we have 2 10 millimeters, one right here and one down below. ECU is out. There was that right top bolt, there's that bottom bolt. Then we have, or sorry, that was a bolt, that's a nut. We have some electrical connectors, so just 3, no 4, I think 4. It's 3 or 4, and then this whole thing pops off. All right, so now we're up close and personal. We have this 12 millimeter bolt that will need to come off. We have this black sticker, and then there's another sticker down here. We're gonna rip those 2 stickers off, and there's actually an M8 bolt hole there beneath it. So we're gonna remove that guy, if it'll focus on my fingers. Remove that one. And we're gonna remove this one. Then we're gonna get that 12 millimeter bolt out, and then we can actually install our BMC brace there. All right, so at this point, we have that 12 millimeter removed from that wire harness. You can kind of see one of those bolts right there by the hose. The other one is just out of sight below it, and to the left of the, oh, maybe I can see just a tiny bit of the hole right there, just a little bit. The intake duct's getting in the way. So we're basically going to install the BMC brace in that location. I'll try to get that on camera, but I doubt I'll be able to. From there, we'll be able to do the rest of the install. Before installing the Brake Master cylinder brace, we're gonna install that adjuster. We're gonna go all the way with that, come on, focus, with that jam nut on there. So put that jam nut on, adjuster all the way on, and you're gonna see the pockets on the back side. So that's the not whatever bulb side. We're gonna do that, and then it basically goes on the car like that. All right, so I know it's a bit difficult to see because I can't really get all up in there, but the 3 bolts are started. They are not tight. So just start them initially, and then we're gonna grab your foot and we're gonna throw that foot in there, and then we're actually gonna ensure that the foot doesn't fall down by loosening the adjuster a little bit, and then we're actually gonna tighten the bolts. And you do that because we made it pretty tight just because of where the location of the brace is in comparison to the master cylinder, and ultimately it just came out to be that you need that little extra wiggle room. So like this whole thing moves quite a bit right now, super loose. We're gonna just slip this guy in there, and we're going to thread it out just a little bit, not a lot, just to make sure that that foot, it spins easily and it's fine. And then we're gonna take a, let's see, 6 millimeter Allen socket. You can use an Allen wrench. I'm actually gonna go get a wobble instead of this guy. I'm gonna go get a wobble one, and I think that's gonna help me a little bit. But we're gonna tighten those to 12 foot-pounds, and then I will go through the tightening sequence for the brace itself to the master cylinder. For those wondering what a wobble looks like, that's what a wobble looks like. This is an impact socket. It just allows you to get a little bit of movement on that head a bit. Getting a bit up close and personal. So we have those bolts, they are torqued down. There's another one right there. The hose, it's hard to see, but it kind of resides right in that little cutout that you saw, which is pretty nice. And then we have the foot, and it's still loose. It spins, you probably can't see, but it's spinning right now. We're gonna grab I wanna say a 10 and a 17. Let me make sure. We're gonna grab a 10 and a 17, and we're actually gonna preload that master cylinder just a hair to make sure that it's got a decent amount of pressure on it, and then it'll keep it in place and help that firewall from flexing. So we're gonna go grab those 2 wrenches real quick and finish off this install. All right, so to correct myself, it's a 12 and a 14, or 17. 17 for that jam nut, 12 for the adjuster. We're going to loosen it and then tighten that jam nut. And now we're gonna test and see how much reduced deflection there is. All right, so that basically concludes the install. I'm gonna basically put it back together the same way it came apart. So we're gonna throw the ECU back in. We're gonna put all the wire ties back on, clip on the ECU, throw on the intake, and then call it good. Until next time, guys, appreciate it.